Chapter 10: How to Create and Benefit from a Pit Crew Mentality. How can quick changeovers help save us time and money? Consultants make a lot of money teaching companies how to perform quick changeovers, even though quick changeover training can actually be found on television each weekend in the form of pit stops at IndyCar, NASCAR, and other motorsports races. Additionally, a lot of people fail to realize how much common sense has to do with making your changeovers faster and more effective. Instead, people more often get stuck in the rut of thinking that this is the way that we always do it. Why would we do it any different? However, in today's world of growing customer expectations, which include more products and services, shorter lead times, and smaller order sizes, quick changeovers are becoming a more and more necessary part of doing good business. If you can instill a pit crew mentality in the minds of your people, you can save a lot of time and money in two ways. First, you can reduce the time required to make the changeover itself, and you can improve the quality of production immediately following the change. By making changeovers that are efficient and focused, you can improve first-pass quality in situations where many companies have to spend time dialing in the line following a change. Secondly, you'll find that the quality of a changeover will set the tone for the rest of the day. A poorly done changeover can discourage people in a manner that puts a damper on the rest of the shift. A well-done changeover, however, will generate a feeling of success and a sense of pride. What impacts have you noticed your process changeovers having on your people? Do you look forward to doing them? If not, why not? The basics of quick changeover. Eliminate non-value-added steps. Make tools easy to use and access. Synchronize team activities. Make work internal to cycle time. Minimize the number of moves needed. And be ready to act. You can easily and affordably buy a book on quick changeover concepts and tools. You can also attend a 2-day training session on the topic. There's many around. There's a lot of content out there. My own practice and study tells me, however, that the 6-item list contained in this visual is the essence of what quick changeovers are all about. It helps that quick changeovers are largely common sense, and that people can relate to the pit crew comparison. It can also be said that the basic principles of quick changeover are not that complicated. In its most basic sense, quick changeover is merely another form of process improvement. The goal is to find and eliminate the non-value-added process steps associated with changing from one process to another. This is accomplished by making tools easy to locate and use, synchronizing team activities during the change, doing as much work as you can while your automated processes are running, and being ready to act when the time to change arrives. Eliminate unnecessary steps and minimize the number of human moves needed. That is the definition of quick changeover that is only 11 words long. Think about the pit crews you may have seen in motorsports such as NASCAR. How many bolts do they have to loosen and retighten? How many turns does it take to tighten the one nut that holds on each tire? Where do they keep the tires relative to the car when it comes into the pit? What system changes do they need to make to get gas into the car quicker? How do they determine how many people are needed for the pit change? How do they ensure that everyone has the right balance of work to best support the goals of the team? If you can answer these questions and explain the answers to others, then you have a basic understanding of the quick changeover philosophy. Now, you just have to find ways to apply that same logic and focus to the process changeovers that your people do on a regular basis. Make tools easy to use and access. Redesign tool cart layouts. Minimize tool requirements. Redesign the tools themselves. In most cases, your people need to use some type of tool to perform a changeover. If your people use tools to make changeovers, you should give strong consideration to making improvements in the 3 areas shown on the graphic. It may sound simple, but maintenance people often show up for a changeover with just a jumble of tools on a tool cart or the same tool setup on their belt that they always use. Using shadow boards to show where tools should be kept when they're not in use helps people find them quickly, easily spot when a tool is missing, and make sure that they have the tools they need to do the job. By sequencing the shadows in order that each tool will be used, you can save additional time. Also considering listing the tools on the work order so that there's a second check to make sure the right tools are in hand before heading out to do the work. Whenever possible, you should try to minimize the use of tools. For example, use knobs or levers to tighten something instead of an Allen wrench. Or make a nut big enough that it can be turned by hand instead of having to use a wrench. If you can't design out the need for tools, you should also try to standardize your machine setups so that the same size of wrench or the same type of screwdriver can be used on a variety of different equipment types. Tools and guides can also be redesigned to minimize the need to make measurements and to make them more ergonomically friendly. All of these changes will both save you time and money and increase the accuracy and repeatability of your changeovers. Can you think of any quick changeover applications for the processes you own?